sister is asking that whatever Allah has told us in the Quran, is it destined to happen? Is it definitely going to happen? So, my dear sister, first of all, what hasn't happened yet, we can't see. We can only read about, and when it happens, we will see. But things that we can see, things that already have happened, things that Quran has been showing for centuries, that should be good enough to make us a believer. The Ashaba of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the believers of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they probably did not see the solar system the way we can see now because of all the research of science, because we have those telescopes and all that. But on the basis of what they had seen, they believed in what they hadn't seen, because they had seen enough. Whatever they had seen and experienced, on the basis of that, they believed in what they hadn't seen. So, Surah Al-An'am 6, Ayat 115. Surah Al-An'am 6, Ayat 115. Allah says, وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا. وَتَمَّتْ means it's happened, completed. Kalimatu Rabbika, the kalimat, the word of your Lord, sidqa, with sachai, with verification, with confirmation. Let me share the translation in English as well, and somebody if could please share Surah Al-An'am 6 ayat 115. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah says, and the word of your Rabb and the word of your Lord has been fulfilled in truth and in justice. If somebody thinks that Quran was only for 1400 years ago and not for today, then you are mistaken. Quran was for all times. Quran is for all times, and Quran will remain for all times. All of this that we study in the Quran that I share with you, it has happened before us in the times of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The kalimat, the word of Allah, has been fulfilled. Fatah Makkah has happened. The system of Allah has been preserved. Can't you see? Is the house of Allah, Khana Kaaba, is not the word of Allah? Can you not verify? Have you not been there? Sister, have you been to Allah's house? Have you been to Khana Kaaba? Have you been to the house of Allah? Have you seen mountains? Have you seen water? Have you seen the sky? Have you seen a honeybee? Have you seen a fly? Have you seen a dog? Have you seen a mosquito? Have you seen a donkey? Have you seen rain? Have you seen plants? Have you seen other Muslims? Have you seen non-Muslims? That's okay if you haven't been there, but have you seen other things that I've just mentioned? These are all the ayat of Allah. Have they not happened? Okay. Let me show you a very simple and a very big ayat. Have you seen the sky? Can you see it right now? Let's make it current and live. And how Allah's word is going to happen, and how Allah's word has happened already and is happening right now. Can you open the window, open the curtain and look outside? Because I can see from my window the sky right now. Can you see? Okay, now open chapter 13, Surah Ra'd, ayat 2. Chapter 13, Surah Ra'd, ayat 2. We have only 2 minutes left before we say goodbye to all our listeners on Salam Media in Johannesburg. So Surah Ra 13 ayat 2. Allah says, Allahu alladhi rafa'a as-samawati bighayri 'amadin tarawnaha. Allah is He who raised the skies without any pillars that you can see. You can see. You can see. Sister Tayyiba, you can see. Because it is your question, so Quran is answering you right now. Can you see any pillars? क्या आपको आसमान में कोई सतून, कोई पिलर्स नजर आ रहे हैं अपनी? क्योंकि यहाँ मेरी तरफ तो नहीं है, हो सकता है ब्रैडफोर्ड में हो. I'm just joking. You will not see pillars anywhere in the world. आपको कहीं भी आसमानों के नीचे you will not see pillars. So where is the ayat written in the Quran? And where do you see it? What if you see outside your window and there is no sky? ऐसा हुआ? आप खिड़की खोल के बाहर देखें और आसमान ही ना हो? तो ऐसा नहीं हुआ ना, क्योंकि आयत में लिखा हुआ है कि आसमान में कोई सतून नहीं है, पिलर्स नहीं है. तो बाहर देखें, आसमान भी है और पिलर नहीं है. तो जैसे ये आयत लिखी हुई है, हर आयत पूरी होकर रहेगी. हमारी गुनाहों की सजा वाली आयत पूरी होकर रहेंगी. हमारे जो अल्लाह के वादे हैं, हमारा जो रिवॉर्ड है इस दुनिया में भी और आखिरत में भी मिल के रहेगा. अल्लाह के वादों में कोई तब्दीली नहीं है. ला तब्दीला लि कलिमात अल्लाह. देयर इज नो चेंज इन द कलिमात ऑफ अल्लाह. नेवर एवर ever think for a moment that what Allah is telling you, there is another way of looking at it, or there is something else that is a bigger truth. Never ever think that that's not going to happen or that's not true. The worst that we can do is that we turn down the ayat of Allah. The worst that we can do is that we turn down the truth of Allah when Allah is telling us. So whatever Allah is telling you about you, that is the truth. That is, I mean, we believe in the blood report, for God's sake. We give blood and it's a human thing. It can be wrong sometimes. There have been incidents when hospitals have given a false report by mistake and people couldn't sleep for weeks. So we trust the blood report from a hospital. So should we not trust what Allah is telling us in the Quran? And especially when He's showing us, He's not just telling us to believe. Chapter 41, verse 53.